Assalamu alaikum, myself Zainul Abidin, and today we're going to talk about the Shimla Deputation 1906. Actually, now I'm jumping to Pakistan affairs, and I'm very hopeful that I will enjoy this series as well as you guys because there are something which are very different from the history which we being taught in school. So let's start with Shimla Deputation. This was a meeting between uh, Indian Muslims and the Governor General of British uh, at that time. Now, two main points were the demands of separate rights and to protect the dignity of Muslims, and why this emerges was of the Liberal Party, the rise of Liberal Party in British. Now, there were two major political parties, political thoughts present. First was Congress, and second was All India Muslim League. The main three objective of All India Muslim League were first, of course, to protect Muslim rights. Second was uh, s- to secure the feeling of loyalty in Indian Muslims for the British. And the third was to also protect the rise of any hostility among Muslims or any other community, because as you know, so if you suppress people, eventually they will revolt, and all India Muslim League don't want them. They want a peaceful uh, way to gain their rights. Now there are two people uh, which unfortunately in our historical textbook of Pakistan studies haven't mentioned their contribution that much, but they have very much, but they have been contributed. Actually, they were the first one to contribute. The names are Sir Aga Khan and Sir Sayyid Amir Ali. Sir Aga Khan was the former president of Assembly of League of Nations, and he was the first permanent president of the All India Muslim League. He worked for the advancement of Muslims. Second was Sayyid Amir Ali. He was a former judge at the Calcutta Court and Calcutta High Court, and he was the first one to coin this idea that Muslims should organize themselves politically, because without political thought there will be no future. And he organized a central school of thought called Muhammadan to present their ideas in 1877. Now, coming back to Shimla Deputation, it was a meeting between the Muslim Indians, uh, Muslims of India, and the Governor General Lord Minto. Now, the present it was based upon the present demands, and secondly, how this all occurred, because at the time the Muslim leadership was too perfect. Actually, they were too perfect. They didn't just go and said, "I we wanted to demand this and this and that." They first signed 1,25,000 Muslims on that demands that uh, the British would think yes, they have collectively same thought. Now it was not easy, because at that time the Governor General of India didn't have any decision making power. The Lord Minto didn't have decision making power, but he respected Sir Aga Khan a lot, and he, the decision would he then refer to Secretary of State, which was Morley, and then to British Parliament. Now, Lord Minto advised Muslims to form a political system so that they can uh, place their demands politically, and it will also be very good, because political system can benefit them also. So in 30th December 1906, All India Muslim League was formed. Now three main agendas were on the state, and state is consists of three parts: executive, legislative, and judiciary. Muslims wanted to have a quota of Muslim, Indian Muslim in all of this. The first was judiciary. There were two judges, Sayyid Amir Ali and Sayyid Imam Ali, working, and in legislative, Muslims of India demanded to have a quota system based on the population, and it was 25%. The 25% of the legislative members should be Muslim, and they also demanded about the rights, jobs, and universities, because there were some other universities which were formed by Congress, but in the All India Muslim League said we don't have a problem with. We just wanted to form ourselves. So pinpoint was all of the crux of this deputation was to have a separate electorate for Muslims, and it was not a you know just a random idea, because in Africa British also conducted a separate electorate, but it was based upon the race system. Here it was based upon the religious concern. So in the start, that's why British were engaged, because they thought it would lead to communism and the communities, and the society may not survive under a central system. But anyhow, the main crux of this Shimla deputation was to have a separate electorate for Muslim. Without this, would be no political future for Muslims of India. Now that was it from Shimla deputation, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another topic. I hope I will see. I hope, because inconsistency is one word which I'm in love with. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye.